If you stutter and job interviews feel like a nightmare, stay right here. I'm going to show you how to walk into any interview with confidence, even if your speech feels unpredictable. I have suffered with a stutter my whole life, and I am a doctor and I've done countless interviews over the last 10 years. And I want to share with you what has worked for me, what did not work for me, and how you can prepare for the interview and go into the interview with the right mindset for you to succeed. Let's dive in. Hi everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Dr. McCool. I'm a GP from Ireland who stutters, who runs a free online platform called Stutter-Connect, which you're all free to join. Link is in the description below. And I want you to stay to the very end of the video as I'm giving away a massive giveaway, a compilation and comprehensive list of all of the things that have helped me as a stutterer in a job interview, but stay to the end. The first thing that I would say is job interviews aren't a speaking contest, they're about value exchange. An interview is simply a conversation between two parties. One party has a problem and the other party is hoping that you have the solution to solve their problem. And what values you have and what values can you bring to the table which will help them solve their specific problem. Companies don't hire perfect speakers. They hire thinkers, they hire problem solvers, they hire people with character. They do not hire the most fluent speaker. They hire the person with the greatest value for that specific company. The second thing I would advise is to master your inner voice. People who stutter have constant negative self-talk. They feel inferior to fluent speakers. They feel that they'll never get the job, they'll never get the relationship, they will never make a great public speech. But as Earl Nightingale once said, we become what we think about. So if you walk into that interview with your mind saying, I hope I don't stutter today, your mind is already fighting itself. You're fighting a battle against yourself rather than putting your best self out there to show your true value. If you walk into the interview telling yourself that you have value, you have worth, you can truly help this company's problems, your inner self-talk manifests to the people interviewing you. Start with positive self-talk before the interview, and that will manifest to the people interviewing you. The third thing that I would say is, having gone through a life with a stutter, your struggle has built strengths that interviewers want. Having a stutter has made you more resilient, more patient, more hardworking, more empathetic, and you persist despite multiple failures. These qualities are rare and you have earned them the hard way, truly living a difficult life with a stutter. Your stutter hasn't made you a weaker person, it actually made you a stronger person with a stronger mindset than fluent speakers. So use this to your advantage. Use your difficulty, use your past as fuel for your fire to work even harder, to prepare yourself for the interview so that you can show the company your true value. The fourth thing that I would advise is to use a simple disclosure either before the interview or at the start of the interview. Tell the people interviewing you that you have a stutter. Don't overemphasize it, just say it in a calm, professional manner. This will take the pressure off you. Too many people who stutter go into interviews trying to be a fluent speaker. They're trying to be someone they are not. And eventually they will trip up. Eventually they'll hit a massive block and you'll feel deflated. The air is out of the balloon. You will lose your concentration. You will lose your trail of thought. You will lose your ability to manifest and show your true value. You will then start focusing on your speech. Once you get the cat out of the bag, tell them that you have a stutter and you can stop focusing on how you say things and start focusing on what you're going to say, as what you're going to say will show your value to the company, and that is how you're going to get the job. The fifth thing I'd advise is to slow down and speak with intention. Once asked a question, don't jump into the answer. Pause for a few seconds. Formulate your thoughts. Formulate the words you're going to say. Too many people, fluent and not, jump into answers and they end up saying things that they regret. Take your time, slow down, and once you have formulated your answer, start speaking in fewer words per breath. Pause between phrases. Speak at your own pace. Avoid any filler word such as like, ah, and you will come across as a more eloquent speaker, more articulate, more competent, and more confident, as people who speak slower are better understood, and it's been shown that they're more likely to land a job interview. And if you're asked a very difficult question where you really need time to think about it, you can save yourself time by starting the answer by, thank you for that interesting question. I've never thought about it like that. By saying those words, it gives you more time for your brain to formulate an answer. And the last thing that I would say is, to get good at anything, to get good at job interviews, you have to do more job interviews. You have to put yourself out there, have the courage to show up, to fail, to succeed. But even if you feel that is not a failure, that is a learning experience. You can take the learnings from your previous failures into the next interview, and you'll be a even better candidate in the next interview by having gone through interviews where you have not succeeded. And the more you fail in a long enough time frame, the more you learn, the better your skills will be, the more confident that you will be, the more equipped that you will be to show your value to the interviewer, and the more likely that you will eventually land a job. The only people that fail in job interviews is the people that give up after one or two failed attempts. But that is not how it works. In a long enough time frame, if you've put in the work, if you've prepared yourself well, if you've shown up with courage, with a good posture, well dressed, good hygiene, firm handshake, good eye contact, go in, enjoy the experience, learn from the experience, even fail from the experience, and eventually, on a long enough time frame, you will win, you will get what you want, as you're just as worthy as a fluent speaker, and your stutter should not get in the way of your ability to land a job. It should make you even more equipped than a fluent speaker. And if you want to dive further into tips that can help you as a person who stutters with a job interview, the link is in the description below to my job interview cheat sheet, or comment below job interview sheet, and I will send you the link for free. Remember, if you have a stutter, you're just as worthy as anyone else to achieve anything that you want in your life, be it a job, be it a relationship, be it having supportive friends. It all starts with courage. Having the courage to show up, having the courage to fail, and eventually you will win. As I have been through tens of job interviews, some of which have went well, a lot of which have gone not so well, but the things that didn't go well and the failures have become learning exercises for me to bring to future interviews, which I have succeeded in. And I know that you can succeed too, because if I can do it, you can do it. And comment below, what has helped you during your job interviews? What do you find most difficult about having a stutter? And I'll see you in the next video. Remember, if I can do it, you can do it. Best luck, everybody.